So I turn around and I'm just like, what's up, D? What's up? He was like, I know you ask me all the time why I cheat on you. And I'm like, why the fuck are we having this conversation? I do not care about you cheating on me. I ain't brought up no woman in months, and I know you still been doing your thing because I've been seeing it. I do not care. So why are you bringing this up? Like, yo, what's up? I was like, I mean, I used to, but it's fine. That's just like what you do. He's like, what you mean? That's just what I do. I'm like, what I'm saying is, it's nothing to argue about. I've come to terms with the fact that men cheat. He's like, do you want to know why men cheat? In my head, I'm like, I don't want to know your logic because you wash fresh and fit. Your logic is predicated on their logic. So no, I don't want to, but I was like, surety. Why? He was like, come sit down, let me tell you. Like, oh God. All right. So I sit down. He was like, so just think of you as ribs. I was like, okay. And the other chick as chicken, you know? Like, okay. It was like, you have ribs. All you can give me is ribs. Like, yes, you try to dress your ribs up differently. You know, you try to bake them, fry them, barbecue sauce on them, saute them, steam them. But at the end of the day, it's still ribs. You know? Sometimes I don't want ribs. I want chicken. Or maybe a steak. You know? I don't always want ribs. That's not to say you don't have good ribs, because you have amazing ribs every time you cook your ribs. But I don't always be in the mood for ribs. And I'm just sitting there like, the nigga with the Vienna sausage telling me that I got ribs. I'm like, people will choose ribs over Vienna sausages any day, sir. But in this moment, I do not care that you don't want my ribs because you got hot sauce flavored Vienna sausages. Come on, you got a little extra kick to your sausage. So my ribs don't want your sausage. It's perfectly fine. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I get it. Now that you put it that way, I understand it. Like I do. I'm like, that's why I don't say anything. It's like, what you mean you don't say anything? I'm not doing nothing. I was like, okay. That's why I hadn't been talking about it. I hadn't said anything. He's like, but if I'm not doing anything, what you mean you hadn't said anything? And I'm just like, D, it's fine. It's okay. I was just saying, okay, I understand. I understand, D. I understand. And he was just like, no, I don't think you do. And then all of a sudden, you hear feet coming down the stairs. And in my head, I'm like, who the fuck is up? Why, go to bed. God, just go to bed. And I look, and it's Jackson. Jackson looks at me. He was like, you okay? And I look, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine with you? And then D look at Jackson. He was like, why you coming down here asking if she okay? And then Jackson looked at D and was like, I was just asking. He's like, no, don't do all that stuttering bullshit. Why the fuck did you just come out your room to come downstairs to ask is your mama okay? Why wouldn't she fucking be okay? And I looked at D, I'm like, look, calm down. I don't know, maybe because I told him I had a headache earlier today, because I did tell Jackson I had a headache earlier today. So maybe he was just coming down before he went to sleep to ask me was I okay before he fell asleep. And he was just like, that ain't his place. That ain't your man. And I looked at him like, I know that that's not my man. What you mean right now? And D looked at Jackson. He was just like, you got an issue with me? I'm like, yo, what do you mean does he have an issue with you? He didn't even say anything to you. He came down to ask if I was okay. What do you mean does he have an issue with you? What's going on right now? Jackson looked, he was just like, no, sir. I don't. No, sir. And D stood up. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? So I reached under the sofa to like grab the bat, and I'm feeling, and the bat not there. And D looked at me. He said, I moved it. And I look up at him. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is happening? I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Jackson. Like, he's standing up by the sofa. Jackson's still standing at the stairs looking at D, and Jackson looks terrified. D was just like, do you want to be here, Jackson? And Jackson looked at him and was like, yes, sir. He was like, no. Would you rather be with your what he call your mama, grandma? I was like, yeah, he call her grandma. I mean, really, he call her Nana. He was like, would you rather be with your grandma? And Jackson looked at me, and he was just like, no, I'd rather be here with mom. He was like, oh, so you rather be with your mom, not me, your mom. Not the guy that's standing up and taking the place of your dad that didn't want you, but you want to be here with your mom. And Jackson's just like, yeah, and you can tell that he's getting terrified, like he's getting scared. D still standing by the sofa, and I'm like, D, this not called for. Like, what you doing right now? He was like, Jackson, I need you to be honest with me. You know, when you ran away and had everybody looking for you, and you thought that you were so brave, so smart, and you just did your thing, do you want to leave? Because you can get the fuck on. And I looked at him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? What you saying right now? Like, stop. Leave him alone. He ain't doing nothing. I'm like, Jackson, just go back upstairs. He's like, no, Jackson's not going anywhere. He's like, answer me, son. Do you want to get the fuck on? Because you can get the fuck on. And Jackson looked at him, and he was just like, I don't want to be here. And I'm like, fuck, Jackson. D looked at Jackson. He was like, oh, so you don't want to fucking be here? All right. And then he started. He came across the ottoman, went over to Jackson, punched him in the chest. Jackson fell back. I stood up. I got on top. I tackled D, got on top of him, slung him. I'm like, Jackson, go upstairs right now and lock your door. I'm not playing. And D like trying to get up off me. Like he literally like pushing me. I'm like, Jackson, go now. So Jackson runs upstairs, and D pushed me off of him. He was like, you always doing that fucking bullshit. You always protect him. This nigga said he want to go. Let this little nigga go. And I'm like, no, you not doing that with my motherfucking son. You not. You gonna stop putting your hand. You fucking punched him in his fucking chest. I told you to stop fucking putting your hands on my goddamn kids. So I run towards the room. I was like, what the fuck you doing? I go to the room. I'm just like, look, the pum in the drawer. Yes, this is it. This is my opportunity. I run to the room. He trucking behind me because he knew what the fuck I was going to get. I open that drawer, pull it out, and he was just like, so what? You think you big? What you gonna do? You gonna use that on me? Huh? You gonna use that on me? And he started walking towards me. And I started to slowly rise it. He was like, pull it. You big and bad, pull it. And I was just like, okay, D. And I lifted it up some more. And he was just like, yeah, that's my good girl. I knew you had it in you. That's why I got it for you. I knew you had it in you. Now pull it. I need you. Pull it. You want to pull it? Pull it. And I'm just like, You gonna stop fucking with me. You gonna stop fucking with the fucking kids. You gonna let me leave this fucking house with the kids. He was like, you ain't leaving nothing. I was like, okay. He was like, you know what? Matter of fact, I got something for you. And he turned around, and I'm like, no, I got something for you. And I held it up. D turned around. When he looked at me, I was holding it up to my head.